am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit, because apart from me, you can do nothing. The season of Easter is a time that is filled with excitement. We've witnessed the disciples, now apostles, preaching and healing. The Gospels have shared resurrection appearances of Jesus. With resurrection fresh in our minds, we turn back to reflect on Jesus' final words of wisdom given to the disciples. Jesus' final words sound different and take on new meaning on this side of Easter. Caroline Lewis, professor at Luther Seminary in St. Paul, Minnesota, writes, "The farewell discourse is Jesus at his pastoral best. Jesus shared much in his final intimate talk with the disciples, giving them what they would need in order to grieve, to understand what God had done, and the words to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ." Through the Gospel of John, Jesus proclaims a variety of I am statements. I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. I am the door. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the good shepherd. I am the way, the truth, and the life. And the final I am appears in the farewell discourse. I am the vine. Lewis asks, what difference does this image make as the last I am revelation from Jesus? My initial thought of the image and its meaning is this: I am the vine, rooted, grounded, living, growing, life-giving. But what difference does the image make, and why is it revealed last? Recently, a beautiful living practice was shared with me that has helped me reflect on the question. It is a living practice that expresses a vine and branches idea. It expands the I am the vine into our context and speaks hope and resurrection to a people living in a world that is experiencing climate crisis. The living practice speaks to the heart and spirit of those trying to live faithfully in a sustainable way and taking seriously the stewardship of creation. I am the vine, resurrected in Daisuji. Daisuji is an ancient Japanese forestry technique developed in the 14th century in the Kitayama region of Japan. It is an example of silviculture, the science and art of growing and cultivating forest. The practice chooses an established old-growth tree, usually a variety of Japanese cypress. The mother tree is cropped straight across, removing its top canopy. Cedar shoots are grafted onto the cropped branches of the mother tree. These shoots are pruned every few years to ensure straight and knot-free lumber come harvest time. So picture a large tree trunk with strong branches reaching up. From what would be the middle of the tree, there is a straight line. And from here, a whole forest grows on top of the other tree. This kind of cultivated forest takes 20 years to mature. At harvest time, the strong, established mother tree remains, ready to grow the next forest. Forests that are nurtured from mother tree mature quicker, produce more wood than other cedar forests. The wood is more flexible, denser, and stronger than any standard cedar. This process has created a sustainable supply of raw material for over 700 years. Revisiting Jesus' statement, I am the vine, during the season of Easter brings forward the promises Jesus spoke before his death and brings them into the realm of resurrection. This opens a myriad of possibilities for life, for resurrection appearances, and whatever the suffering and crisis is. Resurrection appearances amid whatever the suffering and crisis of the day are. The All Creation Sings hymn book concludes one of its creation prayers. In the name of the one who from a wounded tree birthed a new creation. Here is the answer to the question, what difference does the image make as the last I am revelation of Jesus? From a wounded tree, from the cross, I am did not die. I am rooted in all that was and is to come, is resurrected. I am alive. I am a vivacious, hardy vine with energy and love and wisdom to cultivate a forest of branches to produce abundant fruit. Canadian forest ecologist Suzanne Simard, in her book, Finding the Mother Tree, discusses the interconnectedness of trees and how, rather than competing for resources, they share nutrients and resources with each other. Mother trees are relational, with vast underground networks connected over the centuries. They are energy and the source of ancient life. Jesus saying, I am the vine, takes us back to Genesis with I am moving over the waters in creation, and the word creating by speaking, let there be. In the garden was the tree of life, a mother tree connecting all the way through to I am the vine, connecting all the way to today. The tree of life, mother tree, to the tree of the cross, to a rooted vine, to a faithful forest. When I heard about the living practice of Desuji, I was excited. I am a lover of trees. When I think about growing a whole forest on top of one tree, I am filled with so much hope for the earth's future and its health. The abundance of this practice is astonishing. And to know that the forest matures faster and stronger, more flexible and durable because of the substance flowing from the mother tree. It's amazing. And to know that the growing of a new forest can be done continually. Wow. When I hear about the living practice of Desuji, I'm excited. I am a lover of Jesus. When I think about baptism and being grafted into God's family, I never considered being grafted onto the vine as being that which has roots to the mother tree. Because of Jesus' rootedness, the disciples matured, strong, durable, flexible, as they shared Jesus' stories with others. The early church grew quickly by their witness. In our context, consider the living practice of Desuji as one to be practiced in the church. Would we be less fretful of what is and more hopeful of what will be if we understood and experienced rootedness? If we considered our present congregation as one forest in a line of consecutively cultivated faith forests on the vine, the mother tree, I am. Can we wrap our heads and our hearts around the living practice of every 20 years, the beautiful, straight, and knot-free trees bearing fruit, meaning cut into lumber? Fruit is distributed and used, and the next forest begins to grow. It would mean It means that every 20 years, we let go. In some way, we let the church of the day give up its life to be resurrected again. Resurrected strong, durable, and flexible. Suzanne Simard wrote, "When mother trees, the majestic hubs at the center of forest communication, protection, and sentience, die, they pass their wisdom to their kin, generation after generation, sharing the knowledge of what helps and what harms, who is friend or foe, and how to adapt and survive in an ever-changing landscape. It's what all parents do. It is what we do as congregations, as faith passes from one generation or one gathering of people to the next. Sometimes we get stuck, trying to keep the old forest growing rather than harvesting the forest, sharing the fruits and letting the next forest grow. We forget that the forest was never meant to be permanent. Only the trunk, the source of life, which continues rooted and grounded and full of life. The I am the vine, as the final I am, is that because it is Jesus' proclamation that branches will come, bear fruit, and die, but the vine remains, as does the life that comes from the vine, for it has deep, ancient source, the mother tree. As Easter people, we bear witness to resurrection appearances. We have witnessed life and death and life. On this side of Easter, 2,000 years later, we bear witness to the millions of forests that have grown from Mother Tree. The forests have embraced, believed, and lived the promises of Jesus brought forward into resurrection. Jesus proclaims, I am. To each forest, Jesus proclaims, I am the vine. Therefore, you are. Thanks be to God. Amen.